on, LeBlanc being the most standout of those champions in the meta. But that does leave open the Kai'Sa for Uzi. And Uzi, despite the fact that, I mean, they kept up a good bit of pressure in lane, and like in the straight up 2v2 weren't really faring badly. It was just a jungle intervention was really getting the best of them, with weiwei doing a better job at going for those counter ganks against Jiejie. But now Uzi really gonna have the onus to be a real playmaker that, sadly the Sivir just doesn't give you that ability.
Well, on the other side though, for Weibo, I'm more curious about what gets picked into it, because Rel commonly banned away, and Lyric, look, it's TheShy. So it's either going to be a Renekton here, or Xiaohu for some reason is going to pick Azir this early on. I guess they're going to not look at jungle? Surely as weiwei, you'd be like, let's get jungle priority, no?
I wonder if they're kind of looking at this as a takeaway from Fisher, because like I said, this being one of his well-known champions. At the same time, despite the fact that Xiaohu is 3 wins and 1 loss, I don't feel like Xiaohu has really shown some of the best moments on Azir. So we're going to see how he's able to do here against Fisher. Might open him up for a lot of lane domination, because despite the fact that Azir, right, known as kind of like a scaling teamfight champion, does have a lot of presence in the 1v1. We'll see if that changes kind of pending on how Jiejie and weiwei want to end up playing out this game. But very early rotations of bot lanes coming through. A little bit different for what we typically see in the meta. Usually you get a lot of like focus on top side with the amount of priority picks in mid, top, and jungle. And now a champion that we have seen banned so much, does so well into a lot of just kind of the meta champions. That this would be a great pickup for Ala.
How funny is it if Fisher locks in Jax? Jax has been remade to be a Fisher. Yeah? Yeah?
No,
his passive? Yeah, Fisher is Jax? Hey.
That is the kind of stuff. That is the kind of stuff I'd expect from a Munch and a Nightmare cast, not from a me and you one. You are right though. You are right though. There's the scope for that is now we're gonna get to see how the answer is. You highlighted it in game 1 draft that Light really has just loved leaning back on the Aphelios lately. And I think it's a good shout, right? Something he's done well on. We saw what he was able to do in game 1. Kind of sets up well for the Azir, where now you kind of have solid lines in a team fight, right? You have this like really long range DPS carry in the Azir. You have Aphelios going to kind of play in like the mid range of a team fight setup for that. Does well against champions who want to come into him. So if like a Kai'Sa does fly in and you have like red white, you should be able to try and out DPS her before she can just outright burst you out. And now we're going to see what Weibo went around out with. I think especially in this top lane going up against the Jax, I wouldn't be surprised if we once again see TheShy default to another generic kind of frontline tank. He's loved the Casantes, the Orns, all those things. But yeah, Renekton, another champion that definitely is there if they feel like they need some stronger semblance of early game pressure on the top side of the map.
It'd be great in this comp. Camille. Yeah. Oh, we're not gonna get it, but man, just having gone through the early days of the Lucian top, the Kalista with Sanguine Blade top, those were the OG days, man. And it's like an old man, being like, I remember when people used to talk to each other instead of being on their mobile phones. That's literally what I feel like watching TheShy. Be like, oh, I remember when this man played 80 carries top lane. And then now we just get, Ornn games like that before. Let's see if the spark returns, but for now, look, the Poppy taken away. That might have been top. Sejuani as well. So melee possibilities as Casante's still alive and well, Lyric as well. Let's be real, probably going to be a Casante or Renekton game for TheShy. Or leave it to last pick and leave it something spicy. We're
going to see what they go for years. Wow! Actually get weiwei, bringing out the Ivern again. He's played it once so far. But setting up, going to give some nice peel, nice protection, and really allow for some of these sieges to come through later on with things like Daisy being able to tank that turret and really set up plays to come through from there. Now, Jiejie, I wonder if he has an answer. You can go like more aggressive jungle options into the Ivern, try to really get in its face and just counter jungle. That's something that Ivern really doesn't like to deal with. Now, having the Annie in mid lane would definitely do that to be that enabling piece once again. It seems like they aren't really going to get Fisher in a carrier role, but this time around, we see Weibo did do their homework, right? I highlighted Azir, Akali, and LeBlanc. Those are the 3 champions they did decide to take away, and they go for it. Actually bringing out the Lee Sin. So Jiejie, one going to get in weiwei's face, one going to try and bring him down and really just stop this Ivern from having any set impact. And, you called it. Yeah, TheShy's champion pool quite well.
It's happening. It's happening. It's Casante top. Hey, what about Quinn? He says,
Yeah,
Guys gonna play Quinn.
He doesn't have a bit of a devilish smile going on right now, which I don't really like. There we go. This fan knows exactly what's up as the Gasante does come through. So Weibo, again, a comp that I don't associate with Weibo's strengths of, like we said, I think being able to like rotate around the map very well and kind of out-trade you in terms of, turrets and objectives. But once again, going to try and play out through this 5v5. Going to have the Ivern to enable both the Azir and the Aphelios. And a very short-range comp by EDG, which is where I feel like Rel thrives and where that ult especially gets like maximum value of being able to lock people down, to where for EDG, very aggressive, very in your face, and all about Jiejie in my mind. I want to see exactly what Jiejie does and what lanes he impacts in, again, especially if he does go and looks to duel weiwei on this Ivern.
I mean, look, last game on the Viega had some brilliant moments on his champion. Lee Sin as well. I feel like Jiejie has shown over the years has been one of his greats as well. We have so many good Lee Sins in the LPL, but, Jiejie can be this carry threat, this snowball potential demon. In this game, he has to be, because game number 1, there was few and far between moments where EDG found clean fights. It was always off the back of Weibo overstaying, splitting up, and it felt like members like Arla, even, I was going to say Gala, Uzi, having some good little pick-offs himself. Hell, even Meiko setting it up. But this game, Lyric, to keep EDG in a firm position so they decide their own fate, they need to find a win against Weibo. And look, if it's a match of the week, if it doesn't go to a game 3, how sad are you all? Because LPL ends its regular season after tonight. You have to sit there by yourself or with a loved one crying for 2 days straight until we start playoffs
for 2 days.
2 days. What will you do for 2 days? You tell me. And be honest.
What, are you asking me?
No,
the fans.
The people at home.
Okay, good. Fans still incredibly excited, ready for this one. EDG, I mean, they're going to need that support to be able to come back in this one. And again, all of it, in my mind, a lot going to have to be set up by Jiejie. Allah had a really good performance in game number 1. Also going to come in with, a beneficial matchup being on this Jax. So definitely, I think EDG having the tools to do much better this time around. Is Weibo going to be a change of pace for a team that, like we said in game 1, has kind of been better at pushing the pace and has been in your face and wanting to fight. And we saw in game 1, they did that incredibly well in that first 15 minutes. I mean, this comp doesn't really set up for that in the same way, right? Having the Azir in the mid lane, having Aphelios down in bot, and especially having that Ivern in jungle. So we'll see what weiwei has cooked up and what kind of leads he'll be able to set up the Weibo squad for.
So, I guess 2 thoughts in mind. One, Arla, one day, if he ever gets a beer commercial or a drinks commercial, like, man, that guy, how good would it be with the name, as Western fans would love the ale that he's selling. Second thought, as you said, Weibo, when their playstyle is all about the early game, are we essentially looking at, 2, 3 losing lanes where you can't really do much unless EDG overstep?
Yeah, you're looking at, like we said, top, not going to be able to do well early on. Bot, very much the same. A few levels in your belt, right? Aphelios not being able to have any presence level 1, and Rel very similar, kind of wanting to be able to get that full combo off. The only lane where you'll be able to get a semblance of pressure would be mid. Xiaohu's going to be able to start being able to try to get push in that 1v1. The problem is, you can't think about the 1v1 because there is a Lee Sin on the opposite side. You have to be worried about the constant jungle pressure that can be in your face. So I'm going to be looking a lot at Weibo's warding, especially to make sure that they can constantly spot out where Jiejie is and just try to nullify him, right? Like, weiwei looking for counter ganks, so just making sure that these lanes can't find the advantages that they want. Try and go to mid game on even footing, and that's where Weibo really can start stepping up.
Be a different look for EDG is, he's making his way to top side. I mean, a gank on TheShy, Wave pushing in. Arla doesn't have a ward down here. Lyric, all it takes is a flip back, doesn't find it. Arla might want a ward jump. He does have a ward available. weiwei's just waiting, gets the root caller in anyway. There's a counter strike, gets away. Bit of damage down, so Arla will have to be careful walking back up.
And I mean, pressure gank still very impactful, right? Forcing him out of the lane early on, having him use that PV, gank comes through.
Sonic Wave dodges away. Good crash down here as Light just gets a trade back. But again, in both lanes, a bit of damage. Nothing more here as junglers make their first appearance.
We do see Weiwei, though, getting some deep vision in the enemy jungle, so that will be able to kind of help out later on, spotting out when Jiejie is going to be on that Gromp and try and make your plans around that. Even still sticking around the top side. Obviously, Ala's going to know he's here now, wanting to wait and be able to pick up the Scuttle Crab, but going to dissuade Ala from being able to do anything over-aggressive.
Just the way to... God, that's a spooky sound. I'm assuming this is Coven Ivan. There's no tree is that dark, but those sounds are terrifying. My God.
I didn't even know that Ivern had a Coven skin.
I'm pretty sure it is. It has to be Coven. There is no tree that is that witchy.
You know, in my mind, Ivern only has that cotton candy, like, you know, like whatever that skin's called.
Oh, it's all the little, like, you know, the Candy Crush things. There's, hang on.
Yeah.
Oh, no, where it can. Oh, wait, no, hang on.
Oh.
Fisher almost dies in lane. Two in his ear. That's red hot.
And like we were saying, right, Xiaohu would be the one semblance of pressure they have, but engage.
Ignite comes down. Chris sacrificing his life. Gravitum's going to come through. Weiwei can't get here in time, but Meiko one hit away. Light flashes forward. Both 80 carries get first blood, or rather a kill apiece. Uzi cleanses away in the end. And just as we're saying, Weibo's laning phase is going to be quiet, we then blink an eye.
And coming from the isolated lanes, right? The 1v1 in mid, the 2v2 down in bot. No jungle intervention really needed. Weiwei, of course, eventually made his way down here to find this play, but Weibo setting this up themselves. As we see here, Crisp walking in, trying to spot them out and setting up the play. Does get the initial engage. Ignites get traded on both sides, so you do get a kill going over for EDG. But I think it's nice that Weibo was able to force that cleanse as well, so at least giving, Summoner for Summoner. Light, of course, did have to go for his own flash, but equalizing it a bit. Now, though, in this mid lane is where Fisher's going to have to be a little bit more conscious, not having his flash up. Xiaohu always going to have the Shurima Shuffle available, potentially try and find another kill onto Fisher if he can start whittling him down low with these Sand Soldiers.
But I will say in the meantime, when we're talking about all the individual lane leads, the trade of summoners, Jiejie was just farming away. So Weiwei able to burn his own flash to get a summoner down bot, but Jiejie farms, hits 5, or rather will be hitting 6 first by the looks of it. And Weiwei now second to the thought as Dragon's being solid. One of the greatest things about Lee Sin. He's spotted out though.
Yeah, Weiwei shouldn't be able to join here. I mean, you look at bot lane, Meiko and Uzi are zoning off the Weibo bot lane.
Oh, got him!
But Fisher?
Oh, and over the wall, Xiaohu going to find himself a good shove. Fisher, remember, no flashes we talked about, but it's into Meiko's waiting arms as Tibbers is repping the Balenciaga shirt or something, whatever's going on there. Dragon will still go down to EDG in the end as Fisher does survive the long walk around.
I think Weibo just trying to make it so Weiwei's not wasting too much time, kind of hovering around bot side rivers so they over the play. We saw Meiko and Uzi zoning out the bottom side. Meiko always going to be able to make his way up here first, so that play was super over-ambitious. And now EDG going to go for a play themselves. Should have been spotted out by the control ward, so Weibo should have an idea that he's here. But look, Fisher also hovering down. Good. Weibo bot lane does back off. Not going to see a repeat of what we saw from the RNG bot lane early on. But, talking about lane leads, despite us kind of highlighting some of the playmaking coming out from Weibo, it's actually like small CS advantage in mid for Fisher. CS advantage in bot lane for Uzi and Meiko. It's really only in top where you look at TheShy. Able to do so much from that initial pressure gank he got from Weiwei in dominating Ala in this 1v1.
Really is. I mean, even under turret, good little trade here. Sacrifice. Nope, he's got a shield. Cassante cares not. I mean, that is more than a CS lead. That is a barrier just built between TheShy and Ala, as Jiejie might start the Herald up topside, but doesn't want to touch the lane for now. And even with TheShy moving down, he's playing it very cautiously.
TheShy gonna have to be careful. I'm gonna kind of posture and allow for the other members to move up because we can see Crisp is here, gonna make his way over with Xiaohu. But TheShy's gonna open himself up to get picked.
He is. He's trying to threaten like he's got a jungler nearby. Jiejie's in, all out through as well. Kick doesn't work out. I just love Cassante's ability to not give a damn as Herald does reset. EDG still with 4 members, but now Weibo have been given time.
I mean, can they go for this, though? Like, sure, Fisher uses ulti, but TheShy doesn't have TP. He can't join the play. And I feel like we see this so often, where you're at a numbers disadvantage. You try to posture to, like, you know, be ready for your team to join in and go for the fight, but you just set up for yourself to be engaged on, and you're kind of hoping for the enemy to make mistakes. Oh. Uzi having to burn cleanse, so nice pivot by Weibo towards the bot side, but...
Using Emo Daisy to zone out, as Xiaohu dodging away from Tibbers. You know what, Balenciaga's expensive anyway. What's the point? As Jiejie gets a Sonic Wave. Now for Xiaohu, Flash ulti still available. Trying to bait him in with weiwei nearby. And there we go, the bodyguard alongside him. Adding extra brush. It gets very grassy around these areas as weiwei now just setting up his camp, but looking towards mid. Crisp is here as well. Jiejie and Fisher in trouble. Ulti back. There we go. Combo Crisp. Flash with the crush down. That's beautiful stuff here from Weibo as a 3-man unit, and they pick up only one, but they picked up our hearts along the way.
And we highlighted Crisp in game 1 as being one of the standouts on Weibo. I believe he's the only support to be that, like, as high as he is in the MVP standings with 7. Woo! Now, though, speaking of supports, Meiko, yeah, you gotta get the hell out of here.
Get the brush going. Crisp thinking about it, but again, they're already out of range. Wait. Oh, I wonder if he's in there. Well, almost got hit by that. If Uzi gets hit by that, that is a poor form to die in.
Ends up not going down, but we did a replay of what happened in the mid lane. Rotating over from bot, great stream, a shuffle to start things off, and then Crisp. Ulti, flash, ready to go. They get the lockdown there, and they're able to finish off Fisher. Sadly, Jiejie does manage to escape. You'll take that, right? Continuing to put pressure on this mid laner. Fisher, though, still is the one with the CS lead.
Yep.
But Weibo, actually the one's small gold lead. Again, other than the small amount of kills they've been able to pick up, a lot of that is going to be coming from the top side. We need to remember that Jiejie has the Rift Herald. So they should be looking to equalize that right now, especially Zuzi has finally finished off that static Shiv.
Nice and early too, alongside the Kraken in light hands on the other side. So one item piece down in bot lane. As a side note, that gold lead you were talking about before, probably because of top. Top is still 20 CS ahead. As you said, one pressure gank made all the difference. As this Cassade in a great position. Probably because he knows exactly where Jiejie is. As Xiaohu playing with fire. Okay, wait, all in on multiple sides. It's TheShy now running away from Arla, but he also has the all out. So you never know with Cassante, as Arla just getting himself grasped. That was because it was a safeguard bot side, excuse me. Nothing really like the full engage, just something off the side of our screen. That made me jump.
TheShy doing a great job, though, with these dashes, making sure he gets out, not allowing for, you know, any more extended trades to come out from Ala. Trying to set himself up to find a nice Q3 onto him. But Ala playing around this lane roll.
Counter strike.
Goes for it.
He could die. Ulti used. TheShy flips him back. Wait. It's going to be a 1-for-1. Ala had the damage, though. I respect the man who was losing out a lot of 3-man blast gun. We're in. Light is like getting a great ulti, though. Hang on. And meanwhile, Xiaohu ultis him against the wall. Light just got an instant double kill. Even though Uzi got over the wall first, but Fisher now getting blasted away by Infernum. Weibo in. They're in all the way. Xiaohu with another kill. Uzi has to 1v3, but with Gravitum, it's impossible. Let there be light again.
And that fight initially looked so bad for Weibo after they blast cone in and weiwei gets obliterated. But the TP making the difference. And now you can see Crisp trying to get some vision control down towards the spot side. Gets a nice control ward around red buff. You know, wave pushed in, so some CS going to be denied from Uzi. Not going to make all the difference, but now 4-0-0 on the Aphelios, 2-0-3 on the Azir. These guys are getting big, as we see here, right? TheShy gets slow enough to where, like you pointed out, Ala knows he has kill pressure. Gets the initial stun, but all out comes through. Some of the healing there, and then 2 turret shots, enough to make the difference. And then here, weiwei really overestimating, I think, his tankiness here. Is great hook by Meiko to start it off. It's going to open up for Uzi to get killed, but keep your eyes on Xiaohu. Xiaohu goes in. Moonlight Vigil follows up. Actually, Moonlight Vigil started it off from Light. What am I saying? And then the Stream of Shuffle came out to make sure that those 2 kills went through. for Weibo. And now with Fisher being taken low from the range that Xiaohu's using, it leaves Uzi all to his lonesome. So Light really being the difference maker there. In the original play, I thought it was Xiaohu's TP that really set up the play, but it was all, you know, Crisp and Light, once again, making things work for Weibo.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I hooted the ship's horn. Like, Weibo, again, launched themselves off the dock into enemy hands. As Meiko and Uzi, the same situation coming up. Daisy following up as Jiejie also here, but the TP in the back end, this could be great for EDG. Sonic Wave's going to connect. Watch Jiejie here as Christmas tagged. The kick not used just yet. It's Temper, safeguarded Fisher. Flashes, gets the TheShy, stopped him from getting out, but
Ooh.
the shuffle with the Magnet Storm! Let the Emperor reign over EDG. Weibo Gaming clean house, and this team is pure fire today.
That combo was gorgeous coming out from Xiaohu and Crisp. Win the fight, 12-3 now in kills. They're going to pick up themselves a nice dragon and should be able to get those resets off, make their way to top side, and start competing for that second Herald. But my God, beautiful play from Weibo.
That was insane. Crisp has been on point today as well. But Xiaohu on this is here. Been getting some great ultis in the last couple of fights. Replay time so we can gawk over this once more.
Running them down, knowing that they have numbers. Sure, TPs are coming through, but the play comes up before Fisher can really get too much done as TheShy, forcing him out. Seems like he was kind of scared of getting pinched, but here it is. Shurima Shuffle into the Magnet Storm. Like, that was just huge. It doesn't matter that Light got knocked up, you know, from the ultimate from Meiko, still able to dish out enough damage. We're going to see the RNG coaching staff incredibly happy. I am surprised that Fisher was scared of getting pinched, it looked like, and wasn't more confident in just throwing out the Tibbers. And then EDG, you know, all inning, hoping for the best there. How hesitant they were really gave Weibo the terms to decide the fight.
I love Lyric. You see Xiaohu, you're like, RNG. I agree. I know, I've done it so many times. The Weibo coach is up. Yeah, don't worry.
You know, the worst part is having him and Uzi on the roster. Like, not on the roster, on the Rift. It's seeing them both.
Yeah, I know. It's like, ah, man, RNG must be playing somewhere. But hey, look, this is looking like a game 2 for Weibo. I mean, for a team that wasn't really clean this split, the fact that they can 2-0 EDG, if it ends up like this, is a great sign. Of course, the game still needs to end as Crisp is setting up again. Great Magnet Storm before as he's tagged out. Back on the horse, he crashes down. Jiejie zones him out. But EDG looking for this objective bounty up in the top side as Weibo is still positioned to fight.
Yeah, keep her eyes. Empress Vite up. Crisp with Magnet Storm. Only finds one.
It's only a single one, though. He's kicked away. There's Graviton, but it's not going to find it with the Moonlight Vigil. EDG still zoned away. Nevertheless, it's TheShy. Moves up while Arla tries to get solo turret down bot.
Yeah, EDG not committing to the fight. Arla does have TP, but didn't want to end up going for it. I think it's the right call. Considering Weibo are this strong, right? Despite the fact they don't know the gold lead, tapping and looking that it's 3-12, they know Weibo are in a considerable position of power. So I like it. Get the turret. Try and equalize the gold lead a little bit. Because at this point in time, it's just damage control for EDG, right? Try and get as many waves under your belt as you can. Try to establish as full of a vision line as you can. And, you know, if you could get in river, that would be great. But even some defensive works just along your own jungle would be nice. When Weibo now are going to really start breaking down some of these structures of the maps. They get this turret, but look at mid lane. Mid lane turret incredibly low as well. If Weibo break that one down, they're going to have such easy access to that top side jungle from EDG.
But let's be real. If EDG hold their mid lane turret, feels like good news here, Lyric. At least it's stalling out the game for one of those miracle picks, one of those miracle engages from either Meiko, from Jiejie. It's not like this game we've seen a great kick to separate with, you know, Annie comboed up. The combos this game have been from Weibo. The picks this game have been from Weibo. EDG few and far between with a draft that you expect to be more proactive, but Lyric, given very little chances, as now with the item differential as well, you feel like, what else are they going to be given? As Arla's about to die. Now, he can leap away. He can flash away. There's a turret there, but TheShy into the wall. Says no way. All out burnt as well. Daisy in the way. Arla flashes away against 3 people. Credit to the man as TheShy just will not say no. Under turret. Almost dies himself. Arla, the balls of steel keep him going.
And just not having the damage, right? Your 2 damage dealers being in mid lane, trying to control these waves, get pressure down, and break open this mid lane turret like we were just hitting on. So Ala does manage to escape, but still getting a flash is quite nice. This is Crisp. Off to the side. Just going to manage to get the turret for now. No fight should break out. This might even lead to them just controlling this bot side for Dragon coming up soon. But look at Jiejie. He's looking for an angle.
But he's seen on a ward. Teleport coming through. EDG, this is the play. The kick away. Guess who they got? But Light immediately out of there as Weibo get a triple knockup against them. But TheShy in the front line under turret doesn't care. They've already taken down Jiejie as the ult follows through, but it's a flash away by Meiko. Meanwhile, Fisher also caught out as TheShy just keeps running past this turret with not a care in the world. Daisy, oh, it's a fake one. It's Tibbers, the beta of the 2 bears. And his turret falls on down. Weibo once again open up the map here in this game. And EDG, they're just not getting the play they want with all those summoners up and available.
Yeah, but now, like, EDG are recognizing it's pretty much all up to Ala. Putting up some pressure in these sides, trying to pull Weibo apart. We've seen Weibo are very fine to drop sides and really no care at all. Jiejie, though, tries to go for the big play. Hell, doesn't try. He succeeds. Finds Light, but the flash is there. And sadly, the counter-strike from Ala is so close to getting the stun. And here, even with, like, ults kind of going awry, like Crisp only using the Magnet Storm on the Lee Sin, Moonlight Vigil not doing much, the amount of DPS, the formation of being able to play that front to back is doing so much for this Weibo Gaming squad. And now, I mean, Xiaohu...
Time to die.
He has no flash. If they commit to this, he is dead.
TheShy has all out. Now, Cassante cannot be isolated. He cannot yield. EDG, not sure they spotted him. Pings were going down, so maybe that's a yes.
I like the respect.
Cheap Baron on a ward. On a ward they are.
Like, TheShy wasn't too greedy with his pathing. Xiaohu checking the brushes with his soldiers. So Weibo at least conscious that EDG could be there. EDG, though, now do have some deeper vision, which is nice, right? Gonna be able to spot out where Weibo are going, especially if any plays or any shenanigans go on around that Baron. And if you weren't here for game 1, there were a lot of shenanigans around that Baron that ended up biting Weibo.
We'll begin again, though. This time they have it as here, and also Light with 2 and a bit items, counting that long sword as TheShy starts zoning off against the wall. There's the Magnet Storm. Ala's in so early. That man, his namesake, looking like ale this game as EDG with 4 members in a choke is not the way. Weibo going to move back towards the Baron as Sonic Wave connects. Jiejie thinking about going in. Baron slowly going down, but it's a numbers disadvantage as Fisher steps on up. Tibbers is out, but Fisher now isolated. Xiaohu with an easy kill as Weibo are looking like a 2-0 to end their split. Baron given a debuff, but Light goes forward. Psycho ADs are in the LPL's nature as TheShy starts pulling out, all out, onto Jiejie. 3-1-3, the man angry after game get to battle a couple of heads together.
Much better performance from Weibo in this game too. And again, this win will mean something. If they win this, and if OMG lose in the next series, I mean, they move up to 5th, right? Move to a different side of the bracket, have, you know, technically a better position. And so far, at least setting themselves up to do so, as we're going to see here how the play starts. Weibo feeling confident they can win this, and just immediately all-inning onto Ala. We do see the ult come out from Crisp. Moonlight Vigil follows up, which gets Fisher quite low, makes it hard for him to be able to revisit and join this fight. Still tries to, but TheShy putting up so much pressure, just running forward. Xiaohu able to finish off that one. And then, I get it, EDG, they know it's a desperate situation. They just have to keep going for it and maybe try and angle for Jiejie to go for a steal, but it just ends up lending TheShy a position to go for the all-out and find the kill onto Jiejie himself. But we've seen TheShy, weiwei, Xiaohu, Light pop off. I just really want to keep highlighting Crisp, as maybe we need to focus on...
Oh,
Crisp might actually
did you say Crisp? Well, hang on. Ala's not there yet. Teleport coming through. Crisp with the Magnet Storm. No one stuck around to find out. Again, look at that graph. As Ala jumps on in, he presses the ulti, but Light's just hitting away. Ala is in no man's land. Meanwhile, EDG are grouped up. Xiaohu is ready to find that ulti that ends the game. TheShy chasing up. He's got flash. He's got all out available as well. Looking for Uzi now. Weibo with Baron might be able to break the base without Ala on the same page or even on the same atmosphere as EDG.
Chris thought about recalling, but wanting to say, it tells Weibo needing to use his Baron, knowing, you know, 1 minute, 20 seconds left. Having Xiaohu pushing the bot lane, they're going to be able to pivot very easily, at least make sure they get some turrets down. TheShy seems like he's going to be the one playing like middleman, sticking around a mid lane with weiwei here.
He's still by himself. Sonic Wave connects. Kick is in hand as Arla, by the way, has teleport in about a second because he's come back up and alive. That ulti will
They
be
have a
close
deep
in
ward
about
that's being
20 seconds.
pinged.
Yeah.
They might go for
in
it.
the lane. It's the Hail Mary, isn't it? What else do you have in this game, Lyric? Oh.
Yeah, you don't have anything. You need to just go for it. But engage misses.
Oh,
Fisher now.
Oh,
Just go
no! Oh, dear Lord. Fishing for what? Light is going to get ultied up with the depth charge from Meiko, but it's already a double. Arla did teleport in the end, but to what? And who is learning American on this EDG roster? As now for the inhib turret to drop down alongside it, Weibo with Baron have the finishing touches to end this series right here.
They're going to go for it. Nothing EDG are going to be able to do. Jiejie going to try his best, but Weibo wanting to make their way up to that mid slot. And this game was just absolutely dominant.
It was indeed. 19 kills, make it 20 in the end. Weibo are ready for playoffs as they take their 10th win and 10-6 and give us a lot of hope for their playoff run here in summer.
Great way to end the regular season for Weibo. A team that is, you know, given a lot of anxiety to the fans. A team that honestly has been hard to